Okay, just wanted to do a little walkthrough through some of my Week in the Life albums. I have done Week in the Life for a while, but I've done 4 6x8s. So see if I can get these to flip over. So 2016, 17, 18, and 19. Before this, I just would put them in my Project Life album. So usually I would do like 1 spread per day. So start off with 2016. So here is my reason why, super short, but I always like to include it. And then I like to include just our names, ages, and kind of like our job titles, I guess. So where the kids go to school, where we work. I was a stay-at-home mom this year, so I was the laundry doer. And then just a few things of what they like. So sports, math, Legos, things like that. And then I use these dividers and added a photo with some word art on each day. And then other than that, I keep it pretty simple, like just some photos, some handwritten journaling, a couple of embellishments or maybe stamps. Sometimes I type out some journaling. But yeah, I keep it really, really simple because I like to get it done. This was a little bit, it was like, I think it was just from the mail or something, or maybe a catalog, but we were looking at redoing our kitchen. And this was just one of the things that we were looking at. Field day, so sad they'll miss that this year. Always fun. Sometimes I do a little like more interactive things. This, I think I used actually this I might have used like red line tape to just tape that on there, but I also have the fuse tool. This was when my oldest was in 5th grade. He is now a freshman in high school. It's crazy to look back and see. It's so fun. More field day. Yeah, this year is gonna look a lot different. These are from Allie's blog. They are, I think it's just a free download of like a PDF. Print them out and you can fill them in. I usually do this. Sometimes I include them, sometimes I don't. This one I actually left, so then my husband filled it out. I left for the weekend. So my husband did a lot of the Friday, Saturday. I love photos like this. Just self-timer photos. Shows kind of like the mess of the kitchen. Plus we've since redone our kitchen, so it's always fun to look at old pictures of our kitchen. Not going to be a lot of sports this year in the album, but definitely most years there probably is. So I had Zach fill out these cards for me based off the notes that he took from the PD or from the printout that I left him with. Had the boys even include some writing. Looks like this was Holden. So the middle one, this one. Oh my gosh, they're so little. It's crazy. 2016 does not seem like it was that long ago. Picture out of the page protectors with one of the cards from the story kit. And then this, I had them each draw a self-portrait. And that's it. Okay, so 2017. 2017 was done in April. Again, starting the album out with names, ages, kind of some current things. This is age, job, reading, eating, and goals. All for the kids too. For the kids, I did age, job, reading, eating, goals, and future job. I try to include like a family photo. I didn't do anything on the transparencies this year. I just left them as is. I punched the days of the week and just included it like that. This one I actually really like. I remember this one. I typed a lot of my journaling and then just cut them out into circles and adhered them to my photos. Really kind of like how that looked. Some drawing from my youngest. Quotes. Little stories like that. Love to include those. We went up to the mountains and skied this day, and so that was like our parking permit. Bunch of ski photos. And then journaling here to go with these photos, and I numbered them. And then I'll have to look and see what that is. Probably some sort of video. And then here I just included, I tried to write it as the day went and then include it in my album, and you'll see most likely Monday is going to look really well filled out. By Sunday, there's probably going to be like 2 things written down. And then what we ate, conversations, gratitudes, favorite moments, overheard, things like that, which are fun to look back at. And I just did pretty much the exact same thing. Sometimes I use bigger pictures, which I like, and then also little pictures because I like to use a lot of photos. And then here, yep, these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So each one of these photos coordinates with one of these, and then it has the times and a little bit of journaling. Tuesday, still going pretty strong. Wednesday, I used my silhouette and cut out a quote from my oldest. Again, self timer shot. I always like those. Including everyone, also field trip. And this was just a little like paper from like an after school thing they did at a church. This one I think I set up, probably like set my phone down on the cart or something. Stepped away and grabbed that. And then again, just numbered them to go with all these photos. And I don't think they're numbered over here, but they probably just go in order. I like to make these like collages because I always have so many photos to use. Okay, as you can see, Wednesday, rain a little bit less. So Thursday, so Zach takes pictures for me at work. Selfie in the car, going out to eat, FaceTime with some friends, just screenshotted that. There might be a lot more of those in this year's album. Yeah. It's like I still did okay on writing out my schedule, but this always kind of starts to go down for some reason. I always forget things they say. I don't pay as much attention. So Friday, just a screenshot of the workout for my husband's CrossFit gym when he went to a CrossFit gym. Ollie wearing 2 different socks. He always did that. He doesn't do it quite as much anymore, so it's always fun to see. This was texting with a friend, but sometimes I keep screenshots of texts. How I take my coffee, that I think is evolving, so that's fun to see the difference. It always seems like that would be something that is never going to change, so why bother doing it? But I mean, I went from Keurig and this creamer to Keurig and just almond milk, and then recently I was using a pour over, and then I was using a really super sweet creamer, and now I'm trying to get back to almond milk, but I'm using pour over, and we don't really use the Keurig anymore. Laundry. I always think it's fun to include laundry photos because we used to do so much laundry when the boys were younger, and now they all do their own laundry, so I don't do as much laundry anymore. just times, a little bit of typed out journaling with another collage again. Just something from school that I just like hole punched and stuck in there. Pizza and movie night. Bedtime praying. Zach stretching, but same. And then we get to Saturday. I don't include a lot of these 2x2s because, I don't know, I just feel like when I print, it never like fits in there right, but I like having the small photos, especially when I have a whole bunch. This is from church with some notes. And then this is from, we went out to dinner and the kids menu. So Ollie colored on it and drew on it. So always fun to keep. And then our orders. So I just grabbed one of their create your own burger like sheets and then wrote down everything that the kids ate. And then like kind of a shot from up above. So that's the other thing I like to do is I like to try and take photos from different angles. And then Sunday, Holden and Ollie making their own breakfast. Oh, yeah, new kitchen from the year before. And then just my journaling, and I just kind of, if I put times, I just made them different colors. Yard work, biking. And then we went to go see a play. So that was kind of fun to keep, or to include. And then we went to dinner, margarita for me. And we went out for ice cream. This was all of Zach's like supplements that he was taking at the time, getting them ready for the next day. Zach processing my photos from the week. So this year I usually use the big camera for week in the life. Just something a little different. So I'll probably do that again this year, I think. I'll also use my phone, but making their lunches the night before. Kind of like that because it shows kind of how we packed lunches and then what was in there. And then bedtime. So I just took a picture of my Apple Watch sitting there. Oh, and then I did this by the numbers, which I really liked. I should try and do that again this year. This was definitely something I liked. So we went on one date. I drank a bottle of wine. Zach had lunch at work twice, or took lunch to work, or maybe went out to lunch at work. You know, I don't know what that means. Them, so 3 tantrums thrown, and then us, so probably all of us. Could be all of us or just me and Zach, but 3 meals out. Zach did 4 workouts. I drank 7 cups of coffee. and they read 15 books. So 2018, Week in the Life. This was also done in May. So started off, who's in our family, photos, where we live, when it was, and then age, job, goals, reading, favorite show, favorite food for each of us. And then I also include future job for the kids. And then my reason why. And then this one I did sort of like just a glance at the week. So I took a photo from each day, just one. I just tried to kind of have a variety of who was in it, kind of what it was, what it looked like. And then I just grabbed some alpha stickers and just used them up. So didn't do anything with the transparency. This one, I think this one is, yep. So I did this 3x8 sheet for each day and then put a morning, afternoon, and evening photo on it. And then on the back, I had kind of my timeline of what we did. Me working out. Kind of what we ate. And then morning, afternoon, evening journaling. Again, 6x8 photos or collages. Photos of more detail shots instead of far away shots. Again, same. Kind of try to keep the same look, kind of. Some handwritten journaling. Kids playing in the basement, which now our basement looks different, so that'll be fun to kind of have that difference. 6x8 photo. Same morning, afternoon, evening journaling. And I think this is from the AM PM story kit. And I just resized it. Two different sacks. I feel like every year I have some sort of sack photo from Oliver. So this is really similar to like photos I took in 2016. So it's fun to see the difference, especially since our kitchen changed so much. Oh, I think I was doing a layout for the yearbook, so I included like a screenshot. So sometimes I fill that in with a photo. Collage, do that a lot. 6x8 photo. Sometimes I like doing, I've seen this, I did this in several other years, but I'll cut out the photo so there's a little bit of transparency. This is a work photo from my husband, believe it or not. So your morning, afternoon, evening, I just did it on 6x8 instead. This one either didn't really move a whole lot and do many more things, or I just didn't fill it in very well. But this is probably more normal. I like this one too, just the more environmental shots as well as closer ups. 6x8 journaling again. Included our tickets. We went to a Rockies game. Didn't put anything on there, so I must have totally forgot to fill one out, would be my guess. Planting a garden. One of the boys drew up our garden plants. So that's fun. Screenshot of games we were playing at the time. iPhone games. This, I think, was Mother's Day. Yep. So, Mother's Day. Got a photo with the boys. And then this is actually a life print app. It's like, it will make this picture like come to life, which is fun. So I can scan that. The animals. The front of the house. This is working with that life print app. He was learning how to like trace it and then move the feet. So that was fun. Just a screenshot of what we were watching at the time. This is when they started doing like scanning your groceries yourself. And so it's always fun to have like see different technology in different ways. Like this year, it'll be pictures of people at grocery stores with masks on. And then I did a numbers in this house. So bikes, Apple products, a rower, or like workout equipment, the trees that we have. Ollie would always have all these like bands and hair ties and watches and stuff on his wrist, so I included that. Which cars we were driving, hockey sticks, like sports equipment, things like that. Lego sets, or specific Lego sets. At this time I had 43 Allie Edwards story stamps. It would be interesting to go back and see how many I have now, because I have subbed since day one and still sub. So 7 bottles of wine, 6 at the end of the week. And then just kind of included pictures of some of that stuff with, you know, some numbers in there. And then pictures, drawn pictures, screenshots, things like that. Things we love. So Zach, me, and then the boys, we each wrote this I love and just wrote some things, and then I just went around and took pictures of different things around our house. So see, coffee, Keurig with just almond milk, different. And then Week in the Life. I think I did a video of Week in the Life this year. So that's this. And then you can actually use the Life Print app to like show this, and then it'll show you the video, which is kind of cool. So, yeah. Okay, so 2019. Hopefully I'm finished with this. This was also in May. So I used the Hamilton quote from Allie, and I just put it on a photo. And then I think this was like just a blurry photo that I wanted to use, but it ended up being like a really blurry photo. Then I included a calendar of all the things that we were doing. And then like this is us, so names, ages, what's going on. This one I put little hearts with the day of the week on it. Still love using 6x8 photos. Here I just did my morning, afternoon, and evening stories and just put it on cardstock, put it in there. Made a little envelope with a grocery receipt and like our menu for the week, and at the time we were using PlateJoy. So I always think that's fun because you can see like how much you were spending and how much things were. These 3x8 breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I did this for every day. I tried to take pictures of everything, put them in there, and then I just put a 3x8 picture on the back. So since I do all my journaling together, this one is just gonna be lots of photos. This was a big hospital day for me, getting ready for transplant. So it's really interesting to kind of have all of this documented so well. So much blood. Groceries, it's a 4x6 that I cut out into 2x2 squares, and then I just removed this one. Pills that I was taking at the time. Visiting a friend in the hospital. Started kind of like putting things outside of the page protectors a little bit more. I don't do that very often. Maybe we'll do it more this year. But these were pictures that my husband texted to me. More journaling all together, and then photos all together. Didn't take a picture of lunch, but I wrote about school lunch. Sometimes I take pictures of our feet wherever we are. That's always nice. I always like taking pictures of like our bathroom products because I feel like that always changes. I don't know. More doctor's appointments. Just being tired. Morning, afternoon, evening stories. More doctor's appointments. The abs. A lot of laying on the couch. A lot of tired days. The abs lost. So what we had for dinner, kind of a mismatch. didn't take a photo, so just included that. Snow in May. That's the other nice or fun thing to watch, is all the changing weather from year to year, especially when we do this like pretty consistently around the same time. Husband sent a picture from work. Took a picture of my oldest going to school. Work picture. Library picture. I think they actually went to the library by themselves and had somebody take a picture for them, which I thought was cute. So they know when it's week in the life. So sports, chores. I just love 6x8 photos. Praying. Didn't take a picture. Almost forgot to take a picture. So an empty donut box. Watching sports with friends that were on the same team. Gotta include the pets. I had to get shots in my stomach and it would make me waltz up. It's like not really a photo I would love to include, but it definitely is part of the story. More sports. Playing Xbox or something. Watching sports. And then this was Mother's Day again. So it's always fun to see and include. Kind of just Mother's Day photos and what we did. This year Mother's Day is going to look a lot different. It won't be included in Week in the Life, but definitely have it in my project life. Still the garage gym, so that's always good to see repeatedly. Kind of playing game on the Google, chores, eating, what we're watching, screenshot, things like that. Always fun. And then in here, so I filled these out again, kind of. Same things I filled out, but I didn't put them in there, so I just stuck them in an envelope. Because I think I just was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with them. But probably just leave them just like that. Maybe I'll go back and punch them and just put them in at the end or in the day. But yeah, so there is 2019. And then excited to put together this year's. So yeah, thanks for watching.